This video will go over importing data. Here we have a brand new FieldLink project with no data in it. First, we can go to More, Projects, Import. Now I have the option to import any data that I'd like from my computer, the Trimble Connect cloud, or a USB device. We can go through our entire Windows File Explorer tree by jumping up with our up arrow. This takes us all the way up to our user where we can go to Downloads, our desktop, Documents, so on and so forth. Let's go back into Documents, FieldLink, and I'm going to go to my Import Data project where I know I have a points file. And I can go back up and get a models file. I can import as many models as I'd like, as long as it's not so much data that it's crashing our computer. Now, if we go to More and Map, I can see that my points file has been imported, as well as my model. We can import any compatible file type with FieldLink this way. Importing PDFs can be slightly different. If we go to More, Projects, Import, I'm going to find a PDF file that I have available. With PDFs, we do need to know the scale factor. We can choose the scale from the preset options, or we can enter a custom scale if it does not exist. Once I click Import, now my PDF will be imported into my project. Please note that PDFs must be vectorized, generated from a CAD file. They cannot be photo scanned and sent into FieldLink. Let's turn it off for now. Let's check out an alternative. We can go to More, Projects, Manage, and if we select our current project, we can click the hamburger menu with the pencil button. In our project management screen, we have the option to create additional TFLX point files. One can be active at a time. We can also import an entire TFLX file from our desktop, the cloud, or a USB. We can always go back by touching the top left arrow. Finally, if we touch this button with the download and the points next to it, this will import points into this points file. So if we'd like to put a CSV file into our points file, we can do it here. The same thing would be accomplished by having this points file active and going to More, Projects, Import. Finally, we can delete a points file by clicking on the trash can. Make sure that you have a points file active. Otherwise, you won't be able to use many of the FieldLink menus. Next, moving down to Models, you can import any sort of model data the same way, from your computer, the cloud, or your USB device. Once you're finished, hit Apply. Lastly, we are on More and Map. On the More Map screen, we have our file tree over on the left. We can get into our project management screen by clicking this hamburger with the pencil, just like in More, Projects, Manage. From our file tree, we can open up our Points dropdown and our Models dropdown, turn on and off different files from this tree. That's it for importing data. Thanks. Join us in the next video.